We're underway. Battle of Brisbane, Chapter 5. Dolphins searching for their first win of the 2025 campaign. Gavarillo's got plenty of toe. Plath to Nicarima. Short ball, it's opened up for Gilbert. Gilbert looking for support. And he's been tripped up.
Poor old Herbie. The hands went in the air.
Marshall King. Now Nicarima. Lovely pass to Herbie. And he'll roll over. He'll get to the line, but will remain held up. It was the last. Brisbane will get the ball changeover.
Front.
It's a battle that we didn't think we'd see tonight. Katoa v. Haas. It's been entertaining early, and here's a shift. It's with Arthurs, who will be putting the touch.
Play the ball.
Well, we might get an opportunity very soon, but they're going to the other side of the field now. Short ball to Gajewski. Can he find the man on his outside? He sure can. Shibasaki. That's wonderful football from Brisbane. Opening try. The battle for Brisbane goes the Broncos' way. Play at 22 away. Haas on the charge. Look at that. Pakes has options. Set restart. Corey Pakes! Pakes will slide over and score! Brisbane go back to back.
Golden rule in defence on your try line. Take the dummy half first.
Nicarima to dummy half. Katoa throwing dummies. Kafusi wants someone to pass it to. Finds Plath. And the Dolphins hit back.
Fusi one-on-one, watch his double pump, bang, goes into the line, one-on-one, pushing through. Oh, I love watching him play. Lockie.
He's nearly kicked there by Ozako.
And he wants a good bounce. He's got the angle. Oh, wow.
Oh, they could score.
Still could get a try here. But backing back and saving the day for Brisbane is Walsh. He's going to get the field. Oh, yes, the pass. Arthurs. Oh, brilliant footy.
Can we get one?
Champagne Rugby League.
Yes.
Wait, that's top-notch champagne too.
Wow.
Not the cheap and nasty stuff.
The top shelf stuff.
It's in a bottle, not a bag. Drags him down. Big opportunity now for Brisbane. Staggs. Katoni. Welcome back to the NRL. Katoni Staggs. Loves scoring tries against the Dolphins, and he extends Brisbane's lead. Another attempt at a 40-20. I'll tell you what, that's even better than the first, is it? On a dry night, it was a shoo-in to be a 40-20. Cobbo gets back there and saves the day for his team. Whoa! Hang on a second. Oh, what a pass. Another one on their own line. Arthurs. It could pay off. Walters. Reynolds. Hunts. Oh, lovely from Walsh to Shibasaki. He's on the double. He's got it. Second try of the night for Gemmitt. Shibasaki and Brisbane. They go further in front.
Yeah, Shibasaki gets his double.
2 tackles left in this set. Katoa, short ball, Gilbert.
Great tackle, Adam Reynolds.
Wrapped the ball up as well too, Joey.
That was a great tackle.
Last play. Katoa can find the in-goal area. Ben Hunt, great positional play.
Yeah, well done. And then his halves partner, Ben Hunt, shows his experience here. Great tackle.
This Broncos defence so far. Katoa, lovely step. Steps again, keeps it alive. Tabuai-Fidow. He dishes it. Oh, wow! Oh, that's sent him into next week. Brendan Piakura with a beauty.
Is that his first touch? Is that his first? He's just get on the field. Because the jersey's clean.
Oh, here we go. Down the short side they go, and no one's going to stop. Jake Avarillo over the halfway line, but here comes Cobbo across. It's all going to be in vain. And the Dolphins, they've got a pulse. It's 2 minutes. It's now or never for the Dolphins. It's with Nicarima. Didn't give it to Bostock, and he's wrapped up. He throws it out the back. Bostock can't clean up. Goes into touch. You'd think that'll be the ball game. But full time here at Suncorp Stadium. A highly entertaining night. The Broncos 20 have defeated the Dolphins 12.
Probably set the tone for the night. 25 missed tackles in that first half. Probably was too hard to chase in the week.
Yeah, look, we certainly put ourselves under a bit of pressure there. Well, look, what I was disappointed with was I thought, when the game got into its cycles, we tended to be the one that made the error first, and then when we made an error, we backed it up with a couple of poor things defensively. And I don't think we were overly poor defensively for the night, but that was that tended to be the trend. We made an error and then backed it up with a poor set, as I said.
What about your attack? Because you sort of started okay with your energy, but was it just your execution?
I'm very sorry.
What's that, mate?
You want to say again? I'm terribly sorry.
Sorry, Pete.
Just continue. Yeah, just your execution and attack. How did you find your attack tonight?
Oh, look, I thought we started really well there. We had some good opportunities early on, and again, we built a little bit of pressure. We dropped the ball, play 3, I think it was, and then sort of got into making errors coming out of our own end. That's a bit of a problem for us at the moment. It's been a problem for the first 4 weeks, so it's obviously something we've got to clean up.
Were you disappointed that you didn't get that call when Isaiah had that 40-20 and Cobbo was clearly out, and it was a bit of a turning point in the game? How did you see that? You could have played the ball down their end.
Oh, look, it's a bit hard to see from the box. I didn't see that, to be honest. I know he had a crack at a couple, but I didn't see where Cobbo's foot was or anything like that. Was it a bad call, was it? Yeah, right. Well, they make a difference, don't they? It's a big play. But at the moment, we're on the back foot and those things go against you, unfortunately. So.
Tom, you're on 4. Any alarm bells? How are you feeling at the moment?
Oh, it's a mixed emotions, obviously. Winning solves a lot of problems. I think leaving that field, though, I'm super proud of our effort, and our attention to detail has probably been poor, but the way we've been preparing the last couple of weeks, our start of the season hasn't been a lack of effort or physicality, that's for sure. It's a lack of attention to detail, and it's hard to walk off the field like that because we put in the effort during the week, we put in the effort on the field, as you can see, and we're falling short because honestly I think we're doing it to ourselves, but I'm super proud of our team at the moment.
Do you feel like you're close, Tom, to getting it together? Like you've been 3 of your 4 games, you could have won them, I suppose, but do you feel like you're getting closer to where you can actually break through?
Yeah, the mixed emotions means definitely we are getting closer, but we're also making the same mistakes again and again. And look, we got to address that at training, and we'll address this with our prep this week. But like I said, attention detail's been a little bit of a problem for us in those games, but our intensity and physicality hasn't been. So, like I said, super proud, but we are close, but we do need to fix a few things.
Hammer carrying an injury at all, just doesn't look to be running at full speed at the moment. Is he carrying an injury at the moment?
No, look, I thought Hammer had one of his better games tonight. I thought he was involved. I thought he was looking for the footy, and there's a couple of times there that we've turned blokes under, and he's pushing through the middle. That if we can find a pass, he's in space. I thought he did a good job there on a number of occasions, just getting us on the front foot a little bit under pressure, and what I mean by under pressure on a good kick and a good chase. So I was pretty happy with him. I'm certainly not disappointed with his effort.
It's the second week in a row Daniel was the only forward to pass 100 metres. Just how do you assess the pack, and will Frankie Molo be a likely inclusion for next week based on what you've seen so far?
Oh, look, Daniel's been our best player, I think, over the start of the season so far. He's been outstanding for us, and he's certainly putting his hand up and not just wanting to carry, but he's wanting to do the defensive work as well, and he's doing a really good job. So we do need to support him a little bit more at times. In terms of Frank, he hasn't trained as a team. He's done his own training. He looks really good and really fit, but he hasn't done anything with a team for however long that's been, 8 or 9 weeks. So we need to make sure we protect him a little bit and get some training into him and get some contact into him. And I don't think it'd be fair on him or fair on anyone to throw him out there straight away. So how long that takes, I'm not sure. We've got to get him in a couple of team sessions first and see how he actually looks, get him into a bit of contact and see how he looks. He won't be too far away, obviously, and he can help us. But I'm not going to put him at risk by throwing him in too early either.
How do you approach next week and turning things around? What are you going to do in training to address those issues?
Yeah, look, we've had 2 pretty good weeks of training actually, and Tommy just alluded to there's a couple of little things that we can clean up, and that's what the game is. We're not a mile off at all. We're extremely close, and that's a team that most people would have at the top of the ladder. And I thought we were right in the contest for really long periods. So we're certainly not far off. We've just got a little bit of cleaning up to do, and that's what training's going to be about.
Tom, you played with DCE for the Maroons. He's on the market now. Would you love to see him at your club next year?
Oh, I haven't thought that too far ahead, to be honest. He's obviously a quality player, and anyone like that we'd welcome at the club, but not worried about next year. We've got a very capable squad, and we'll focus on getting our first win and getting this season started, and I'm not too worried about next year.
What about you, Wolfie? I mean, he's a big mentor for Katoa, I imagine, DCE.
Well, look, he certainly could be. There's no doubt there, but Tommy's right there. Look, we got to worry about how we're going to get a win next week, not worry about what might happen next year. And I've made plenty of comments on that. I don't need to comment on it anymore. And what hasn't changed is there hasn't been any discussions. Okay, so let's worry about tonight. Let's worry about how we're going to be better next week.
You've been very loyal to your team so far too, Christian. Do you think up to 4 losses, are you able to make changes? Have you got the depth to maybe bring a bit of sparking from outside your 17 that you've been stuck with?
Oh, look, I'd have to have a look. I'm not disappointed with any individual. There's no individual out there that I don't think is having a crack. I just don't think we're quite getting it right as a team at the moment. So, making changes isn't necessarily the answer either, but I'm not sure if there's someone in our squad that might make an impact there. I'll certainly have a look at it. We'll have a look at the video and we'll sort it out next week.
It was a more mature performance tonight from your side, it was wet weather, not a lot of mistakes, and they really grind out a win.
Yeah, that was a tough game, I thought. There were periods in the game where I think the ball was in play for 6, 7, even 9 minutes, I think, at one point, where the boys just had to fight for each other and dig in. I was really pleased with how they fought, how they worked hard for each other, and just backed each other up.
Talk about digging in, Gavin was exemplified that, didn't he? He was outstanding tonight.
Yeah, well, they definitely tested our edges at times, and we expected that. But they fought hard, the boys. Our middles, they've been excellent. Paddy and Payno and Kobe and his stint, they're working hard for our edges, and vice versa. The edges are working hard for the middle. So that's obviously what the boys are building, and we just got to stay at it now and just be a real consistent team in how we want to be.
Is that one of the great comeback stories? It's a great rugby league story, isn't it, Madge? The Getman Shigasaki story. I mean, what do you make of that? Look, you gave him a chance. He's on a dead list contract. I mean, tell us from a coaching point of view why you've picked him and what you've seen.
Yeah, it is a fair story. I've got to say, on day one when we had him run on the first day, I wasn't quite sure. I sat down with him and you could actually hear what he wanted to try and do, and he's just got himself into good shape. It's a credit to him. He got himself in shape to be able to play at this level, and people probably don't see what he's done in the background, but I was, and the players have seen that, and he really committed. And he obviously, left his family up north and came down, and he wanted to take an opportunity, and he's definitely taken that. He's been around a lot of the boys in the past, so he probably watched with envy of what the boys are doing, and he wanted to be a part of it. So he's been able to achieve that, and I think he's going to improve even better, the more he plays.
Has he surprised you, Renaud, with his dominance out wide? How have you found his development?
Not really. You can see from training how professional he is. He communicates extremely well out there. He's got a good combination with his left edge, and like Matt said, he works hard. He works hard on his craft. He studies the game. Always knew he was going to be, handy for us. Probably exceeded expectations, but they comes from confidence from training alongside the boys at training.
Renaud, with all 3 wins this year, you guys have been defending largely for the first 10 to 20 minutes, and then off the back of that have then kicked on, whereas I guess last year in that second half of the year you conceded 1, you concede plenty. Can you just talk us through what's changed in the last 6 to 8 months that's led to those sort of performances?
We've touched on our starts. Certainly an area that we need to be better. It's just the resilience. I think the coaching staff have done a fantastic job in prepping us for facing a bit of adversity. We do a lot of training around our defence, and continually turning up for one another. The hungrier we are as a team, the better we're going to be defensively. So it's an area that we need to be better at, but obviously proud how the way we keep turning up for each other.
Is that arguably one of the things that's been most pleasing for you, Madge, the fact that in those wins you've had the backs against the wall for the first 10 to 20 and then have on the back of that rolled on?
Yeah, I've definitely been proud of those moments for the players, but I think when I first sort of arrived, the players got together and talked about what they wanted to work hard at. And they're the ones that got to do the work, and they've obviously done that. But they also know that there's plenty more in what they are as well. So we just take game by game now and take what we got out of that one, and really pleased the way that the players are working for each other. That's probably something to stand out for myself.
Must be very good Tony as well. He's great to know.
He was under the pump there for a while, but he's good. I mean, he's done a lot in the background too. Like, obviously you miss a few games, and he arrived in the game where he had to stay in the game for long periods of time. So, his work in the background allowed him to get out there. And I thought, some of his teammates too. You could see him, gassed a little bit there, but they got him through it, which was good.
Mate, what do you make of Reece Walsh? Obviously, a lot of talk about him in the last couple of weeks about maybe overplaying his hand and trying things. Like, you think he was measured tonight? And did you talk to him about that?
Yeah, we did. But I mean, he's just another part of what we're building as a group. And there's games there where I keep going back to how hard he's working when he doesn't have the ball. I mean, there were things tonight where they sort of probably jammed him a little bit last week, and the pass may have not made the mark, and this time he held onto it. So, but that part of the game's one part of what he needs to do is his job, and his job is to look after the players and rally them around in defence, and that's the pleasing part that I guess isn't identified, which I sort of spoke about last week.
That second try, Ren, that Gavin scored, it was yourself to Hunt to Walsh. That combination is deadly when you guys get going. Is it just a work in progress, and can you see it getting better week on week? It was superb for that try.
Yeah, it's something we've been working on at training. Trent Barrett does a fantastic job in game planning the opposition and trying to exploit their weaknesses. Believe it or not, it was a set play and it came off, so credit to Baz. But yeah, it's obviously work in progress, something that we're passionate about and trying to get better as a spine. And they're continually turning up for each other and working hard at training is only going to make us better.
Do you want that ruthless edge in the fence match? Is that what you want to build this team on?
Oh, I think that's what teams that are successful in this competition have got that, and we've got to keep working towards that, because that's obviously what the past tells you.